What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Pisces Sun sign friends. If you're born between the days of February 19th and March 20th, then you are a Pisces Sun sign, and this video is for you. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at the month ahead for the month of September for all my Piscean Paisanos. This spread is going to tell us what past, present, and future energies you have surrounding you, what you should hold on to and let go of in the month of September, what obstacles and what lessons you're going to have to learn in the month of September. Basically, this spread is going to give you everything you need to know about the upcoming month to make the best month possible. This is going to be a general overall reading, so not everything's going to apply to everyone in a specific way, so take what works for you and leave the rest. If you would like a more specific reading tailored just for you, where I tap into your energies, then head on over to my Etsy shop. The link is in the description and in the card. I can do this reading or a variety of others, so I appreciate if you go check that out. Let me introduce you to my crystalline allies. I've got a sodalite sphere here. I keep this sodalite sphere with me for every tarot reading. Helps me connect with my intuition. And I brought a carnelian sphere with us today. This resonates with the lower chakras, and it brings vitality, energy, and optimism, and just, it's an energetic boost is what carnelian is. So that's why I have it here today. And I'm going to be using the Hobbit Tarot. This is a tarot deck based on Tolkien's Hobbit novel. But you don't have to be an aficionado to get the most from this reading. So if you would, please give me a moment to center myself and ask the tarot cards a question. What are the energies surrounding Pisces sun signs in the month of September? Alright, that ought to do it. We'll cut the deck. Deal out 8 cards. Alright, and while we're at it, we're going to ask the Earth Magic Oracle what message it has for Pisceans in the month of September. What message do we have for the Pisceans in the month of September? And we're going to take a look at that card at the end. Alright, let's see what we got here. A couple major arcana. I do see a recurring theme of fire here. We'll see what that means as we delve deeper into it. So what we'll do is we'll look at these cards individually and then see what they have to say as a whole. The first card we're going to look at is this one here, and it represents the energies of last month. So the energies of August. And we've got the 4 of Coins. I get the feeling of maybe there was some sort of financial hardship in August. Maybe that was kind of like the focus of your month, is struggling to make ends meet. Remember, this is a general overall reading, so not everything's going to apply to everybody, but I do get the sense that a lot of Pisceans were kind of trying to hold on to their money as much as possible. Maybe there was a lot of bills that were coming in, or you knew that you would have to pay bills in the future. So a lot of hoarding of money. This could also represent the thoughts that you carry about money. And maybe you had quite a bit of money, but maybe your thoughts towards money were a little bit on the miserly side. Maybe a little bit on the, I got to hold on to this. And I don't see a lot of generosity when it comes to finances from this card. So remember, in order to receive, you have to be able to give, and in order to give, you have to be able to receive. And so August seems like a time when maybe there was a little setback as far as your attitude towards money, possibly. Moving towards the present moment, that's what this card here represents, the current energies. We've got the Hermit card. And I get the feeling of withdrawal, going away into the self here, and maybe not the happiest card when kind of looked at next to the 4 of Coins here. Maybe this is maybe like you kind of separating yourself from other people. I don't know why. I mean, the reasons will be different for a lot of you, and it could have to do with the money issue, but I'm not necessarily getting that. I do get the feeling that right now you're feeling a little bit like you're on an inward journey. Like you're trying to discover the self. You're spending more time with yourself than with others, and I do get the feeling of just maybe alone, sort of. Some of you might feel alone, possibly. So right now it's a kind of a quiet phase is the feeling I'm getting from this card. It's things have died down. It's a quiet phase. The next card here represents the energies of September, and we've got the Nine of Swords. And I just call them like I see them, folks. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I see a little bit of negativity entering into your field here. And by negativity, I don't mean... What I mean by that is we have these self-limiting beliefs that we create for ourselves, and we do it through just our perceptions of things. If someone once said, oh, that is impossible, and then without any proof to support that, we said, oh yes, that is impossible, and we've said that to ourselves for our whole life, and now you firmly believe that that thing is impossible, when the reality is almost anything is possible. It's just a matter of your perception of it. So these are the kind of negative ego thoughts that I'm talking about, kind of infecting and getting to the point where you kind of just are getting to be exhausted by it, and it's starting to have a negative effect on your life, sucking your energy perhaps. So what I'm basically trying to say is the month of September, it looks like we're going to need to focus more on positivity in some way, and the rest of the cards will kind of say how, but that is the feeling I'm getting for September. All right, let's look at this card now. This card represents what you should hold on to in the month of September, and we've got the Knight of Cups. Okay, for me, the Knight of Cups is about really taking your emotions and putting energy behind them, expressing your emotions, acting on your emotions, moving your emotions in a certain direction. And I think that's what this card is asking you to remain control of and keep infusing that into your life, is expressing yourself emotionally, not being afraid to express yourself emotionally, not being afraid to feel the things that you feel, and especially not being afraid to share those with other people. You know, maybe don't tell them everything. You don't have to say everything to everybody, but you know what I mean? Be a little bit more expressive with yourself and maybe let people in a little bit more. And I think that's going to help you in the month of September to really get more control of those negative ego thoughts that might be showing up in the next month. So definitely hold on to that. Follow your emotions, because they're going to take you far. This card here represents the biggest hurdle that you're likely to experience in the month of September, and we've got the Tower card. In the Hobbit deck, it's a smog attacking, I forget the name of the city, but this kind of symbolizes an event that's going to occur in September. And for reading for such a wide group of people, I'm not going to speculate as to what this event could be. But I do feel like there's going to be an event that challenges you, that makes you question things, that might bring about a lot of change. And that's going to be your biggest challenge, is getting over this event. And not just getting over it, but responding to it in the proper way. Like I said, if there's a lot of negativity around you in September, when an event happens and we're kind of slanted towards the negative side, we'll tend to see that event as negative. And it'll just snowball, right? But if we're slanted towards the positive spectrum and we see this event, then we'll see the positives in that event rather than the negatives, and then that event will become beneficial to us. And so that's going to be your challenge for the month of September, Piscean friends, is to start shifting towards more positivity, so that these events that occur in our lives aren't seen as negative. Instead, they're seen as positive. So that's going to be a challenge for you, is getting through whatever this event is. Again, not going to speculate because I don't know. But there's fire, right? And there's fire here. So this card represents what to let go of in the month of September. And we've got the Seven of Wands. And I do feel a connection with this fire here between the dragon and what are they called? Wargs? I think they're called wargs in the book. I don't know. I'm getting too nerdy on you. I'm sorry. This is the Hobbit. What can I say? Anyway, the feeling I'm getting from this card is to stop resisting. Stop resisting. And if you look at this fire, I don't know. I'm trying to think of an analogy here, but what I'm trying to say is when an event happens and you resist it, you're gonna catch the full brunt of that event, right? But if you go with the flow of that event, then it won't be so bad for you. Let's put it like an ocean analogy. If a wave's coming for you and you just swim with the wave and let the wave take you where it wants to go, then you'll end up fine. You might be someplace else. You'll be in a new spot, but you'll be intact. But if you try to fight the wave and you just say, like, I'm standing here, wave, I don't care what you do, the wave's going to take you and it's going to crash you against the coral and bash your face in the sand. And if you survive, you're going to come out of the ocean black and blue and bloody. So I think that analogy works. Stop resisting things. Allow what is going to happen. And rather than resisting it, try to find the path of least resistance, and I think that's going to help you a lot. So let go of your desire to fight things, the desire to defend yourself. That's a big one, and that's just the ego saying I'm right and you're wrong, and I will defend it to the death, even in the face of contrary information. You know what I mean? A lot of people do that. Not saying you do that. I'm just saying people in general will do that. So avoid that if you can in the month of September. All right. This card here represents the energy of the people around you in the month of September. And again, we got a 7 of swords here. And just to clarify, you know, there's a lot of people in your life, and individuals in your life will have specific different energies. But as a group, as a whole, this is what this card is symbolizing. And 7 of swords is about dishonesty. It's about lying. It's about manipulating and cheating. So I'm not getting the nicest vibe from this card as far as the people in your life. Not to say that they're bad people, but maybe in the month of September, they got their own things going on, and they're not going to be completely honest with you. They're not going to share everything with you. They might even lie to you, God forbid. So just take that with a grain of salt. Just be wary. I'm not saying that everyone is going to lie to you, but just it could happen, and I do feel like as a whole, the people in your life are going to be slanted a little bit negatively, and it's going to have to do a lot with the ego. The ego is going to be a big part of this. So try to remain outside of those ego battles. Don't get drawn into those. Those are bad. Don't do it. All right, and this last card here represents the major lesson you're likely to learn in the month of September, and we've got another knight, the Knight of Swords. Okay, the biggest lesson you're going to have is expressing yourself clearly. And what I mean by that is, you know, sometimes we'll feel one way and say that we feel a different way, or we'll think one way and then our words don't really reflect that. I think this card is saying you need to be truer to your words, or truer to your thoughts, I guess. Express yourself cleanly and clearly and honestly is what this card is saying. And that's going to be the lesson for you. If you do feel like you're getting a lot of people in your life lying to you, that's because you vibrate at the frequency of lying. That means you've got some lying within you. And it's so easy just to say, oh, the world's a terrible place. But the world is a reflection of your inner being. And if you want your world to be more honest, more concise, more accurate, then you have to embody those energies yourself. And then the world will start reflecting that. So looking at this reading as a whole, I'm sorry to say I do sense a little bit of negativity here, of kind of dwelling in the physical and kind of holding on to what you got in August, moving to like a time of more introspection, then transitioning to a time of kind of allowing ego thoughts, negative ego thoughts, to take root. So you got some work cut out for you Piscean friends this month, but it's nothing that you can't handle. You guys are a very strong sign, and you can do this. It's just going to take a little bit of work. What you can do to improve everything is to just follow your emotions a little bit more. Be true to your emotions. Express your emotions clearly to other people, and really follow them and act on them, because your emotions are guiding you from a place of more authenticity than your ego mind is. Your emotions are true. Your ego mind is manipulative. This is your biggest hurdle is going to be looking at events. I'm not saying there's going to be a momentous event in your life, but there's going to be an event in your life in September, and you're probably going to look at it as a negative thing, if these cards are accurate, right? So this spread is telling you to kind of view things from a more positive side. And you can let go of the fighting. That's going to help a lot. You don't always have to defend yourself. You don't always have to be right. You don't always have to stand up for what you think is right. Just accept all realities as being valid. And that's going to take a lot of stress away from you. A lot of stress. And that's what you don't need is stress, okay? The people in your life might not be so honest this month, so just take that as you will. Maybe don't believe everything everyone tells you. And please forgive them. I mean, there's all sorts of reasons for why this could happen that's, would make sense, okay? And, of course, the lesson you have to learn is to be more authentic. Be you and express yourself clearly, and I think that's going to help you so much. It's going to change everything in your reality to more positivity. If you're living a life that's more in alignment with your higher self, with your true self. All right, so the last thing we're going to do is we asked the Earth Magic Oracle what message it had for my Piscean friends in the month of September, and we've got river movement. Aha. Alright, so we talked about path of least resistance, and that's what I'm getting from this. A river, a body of water in motion, it goes where the landscape allows it to go. And it's, if there's a valley, it becomes a lake. If there's downhill, it's a river. But it's always going where nature tells it to go. But that doesn't mean it's any less powerful, any less forceful, any less life-giving. In fact, it's more so because it's in harmony with all that is, with everything around it. And I think that's going to be the lesson for you to learn this month, Pisces friends, is to be more in harmony with the world around you. Less in your own head, less combativeness, and more just allowing and accepting what is. And so meditation is going to be very powerful for you this month. And just be like water, like Bruce Lee says, you must be like water. Now what that means is water finds a way around, right? Nothing's going to stop it, yet it's at the whims of nature, yet nothing's going to stop it. Yet it's at the whims of nature, yet nothing is going to stop it. And that's how you should be this month and in the future months, Piscean friends. Be powerful, but be allowing. And be allowing, but still be powerful. All right, that is the message. I hope you guys got something out of that. Remember, this is a general overall reading, so not everything's going to apply to everybody in a specific way. So if you do want a reading where I tap into your energies, then head on over to my Etsy shop. The link is in the description and in the card. Like I said, we can do this reading or any number of different readings. You can go check that out. I'd appreciate it. If you like this video, please consider giving it a like. It really helps me out. It lets me know that I did something right and that you appreciated the video. So I would appreciate that. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, put those in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to think about these readings. And if you really enjoyed this reading, please consider subscribing. I release these Tarotscope videos bi-monthly and I also sprinkle in a whole bunch of other videos in between. So you don't want to miss out on any of those. So hit that subscribe button, please. All right, that is it. Just gotta shift the focus to positivity, Piscean friends, and you guys got this. All right, leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.